10x Africa.
So thank you very much, sir. And please help me give him a round of applause for even establishing the 10x Africa movement itself. It's fantastic. All right, and I want to say a big thank you to all our speakers also. Thank you very much. I'm loaded. I've learned a lot. And I'm glad that some members of my team are here too. We'll have some very nice conversations when we're going back. Okay, I'm here to speak to you about the billionaire blueprint. How to leverage technology to grow your business. How to leverage technology to grow your business. And I've been told that we should use our stories, to share with you. And I think I really like that because it's better when this is what I did and then you can just follow through. The first thing, and I'm glad we have heard about mindset. The first thing that is important is your mindset. First thing that's important. You see, because the growth that you're going to experience is going to be limited or enhanced by the mindset that you have. You can't go beyond your mindset. The word of God says that as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Let me rephrase that. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is his bank account. You can't go beyond that. After NYSC, I got a job. Before NYSC was over, I started praying to God for a job. Now, my dad already had some friends in oil companies, so he had certain things already sorted out for me. He was working in the bank, and he didn't want me to come to the bank at all. I'm sure that's one of the reasons why Mrs. Adetola ran away from the bank. It's stressful. He didn't want me to come to the bank, so he was preparing oil company for me. Now, I was also preparing that I'm going to oil company. My salary at least will be 800K per month. In those days, that was a lot of money, and it was only oil companies that could pay that kind of amount. But just so that, God is in support, I need your support to make this happen. So I started fasting and praying. And in the course of my prayers, I had 3 prayer points. Number 1 prayer point, Lord, I want to move from alawi to salary. In other words, the moment I finish NYSC this month, next month, I want to have a job and be getting salary. Number 2, the salary should be at least 800K. Number 3, none of your business. So, while I was doing that for maybe like 7 days, one of those days, I heard him speak and he said, number 1, given, you would go from alawi to salary. Then number 2, he said, no, you're going to the redemption camp. I started to calculate. Well, on redemption camp, church, will I be getting 800K per month? I said, God, you are setting me up. I couldn't find. So I now thought, okay, let me go for 350K. And I looked at certain organizations in RCCG and I thought, okay, in this particular organization, the guys that are up there, they are high flyers. They would be able to give me 350K. So I went to the cyber cafe, wrote an email, sent it over to one of them, technology. Sent it over to one of them, and brilliant ideas and all that. My email did not deliver to that person. I didn't see it in the draft anymore. I didn't see it in sent folder anymore. Somehow, one angel that I don't know who sent him deleted it. So I got back from NYSC. My dad was already planning everything. Everything was set. In my mind, I knew there was another conversation I had with God. So I went to Holy Ghost service, the Holy Communion before Holy Ghost service. And I met someone and the person said, have you finished NYSC? I said, yes. Would you like to get a job? I said, yes, oil company job. And the person said, okay, will you do this one for 3 months? And then after that, you can go for your oil company job. So I thought, okay, God, I will do this so that you are owing me my oil company job. So I went to start on the job. I was hoping for 350K. Guess how much I was being paid? Guess. Somebody should guess. 25K. You people don't like me. I was paid 30,000 naira per month. But it was okay because, after all, it's just 3 months. 3 months was over. I started doing prayer walks, saying, God, I've done your part. Now you do my own. In the meantime, my dad was saying, where's your CV? Where's your application letter? And then God said, you're not going anywhere. You're staying here. Now, because I'm a child of God, I can easily just tell you that, oh, because I fear God, I obeyed. It's not because because I love God, I obeyed. It's not because I loved him, because I fear him. If he slaps you once, oh. So I agreed. But Popsy was asking for CV. And in the course of all that, I was always dribbling, trying to escape his questions. One day he called me and he gave it to me. Nowadays, we'll talk about mental health. Our parents don't understand that English. He gave it to me. Of course, I can't respond. So after the phone call was over, I also gave it to God. And I said, how will I be rich? And he responded. Thank God he wasn't angry with me. He responded and he said, I will teach you how to be rich. So from that point henceforth, and I like the way the lady who edited my book put it, I entered into the masterclass of God's wealth creation. By the way, I brought some copies of my book, How to Get Rich, Stay Rich, and Get Richer. It's a summary of the things that God taught me about wealth. So powerful a book. An 80-year-old woman started a business after reading that book. An 80-year-old woman. So I started in the masterclass of how to make wealth. The first thing that he taught me was on my mindset. He told me that I can't go beyond my mindset. And if I'm thinking like a poor person, I will remain a poor person. And honestly, I was thinking like a poor person. Now, in that period, I was staying in something we call the mission room in the Redemption City. The mission room is a boys' quarter. If you are, intelligent, you are you are just somewhere up there, they give you a mission room that has a kitchen. If you are not really so important, so to say, they may not give you something like that. Now, your mission room doesn't have to have an AC. But I was given one with AC, with kitchen, with all the amenities. Everything was good. But I had a friend that was staying with me. And because I have a friend with me in the room, I couldn't do my quiet time as I wanted. I wasn't as free as I wanted to, and I couldn't send him away. So I remembered what God was teaching me about my mindset. And he said, whatever I envision, I will become. And he showed me, the story of Jacob, where he peeled the bark of a tree, put dots on it, so that plain sheep would look at it. And as they were looking at it and eating, after a while, they were giving birth to dotted sheep. In other words, it changed their DNA by the things that they were looking at. So I decided and I said, I will stop living in this room. I will start living in a 2-bedroom flat. And so I got myself into that 2-bedroom flat. And I had even asked 1 or 2 bigger people. And I said, how can I be moved to a 2-bedroom? They laughed at me. You're a bachelor. What are you using that for? So I stopped living in that room. I stopped living in that room. I had 2 beds. 1 bed this way, even though, but because they knew I had a friend with me, they gave me 2 beds. 1 bed this way, the other bed this way. I would wake up from my room. I would go and say hello to my friend in his room. I would go to the sitting room to do my quiet time and what have you. I so lived in this new 2-bedroom flat that several times I would tell my friend, please let me bring that thing from the sitting room. And he would look at me like something done there. Because the entire room was everything. After a while, then I'm the only one there. After a while, my boss was very happy with me and then called me and said, you have been a very good boy. You have done very well. And I see that you have a friend. Now, my friend was not even a staff, just a friend, I see that you have a friend staying with you and I want to say thank you to you. So because of that, go and look at another place if you like it. I went to look at the place. It was 2 separate rooms. Of course, will I say I don't like it? I say I like it. Okay, there are some people living there now. I would ask them to be moved out. And then you can move in there with your friend. For about 3 months, now this person, this is my boss, I don't want to mention the person's name, but he's at the top of the Redeemed Christian Church of God. At the top. Everybody, if I mention the name, everybody here knows this person. Yet, an instruction came from that person. This is someone that before you even give this, people are waiting, they want to do eye service, to just do whatever this person wants. But They prepared another place for these guys and they never moved. And so my boss called me back and said, I don't know why these people have refused to move. I've prepared another place for them. I've asked them what's the problem, what do they want me to do, but they have just refused to move out of that place. And I already promised you, go and see another place. I got there, it was a 2-bedroom flat. I had entered into it. The moment I saw that this thing is working, hey, my dad was staying in Satellite Town, so First Stack, we are First Stack too. My dad was staying in Satellite Town, still stays in Satellite Town, that's where the house is. I used to go every weekend to visit him. I would stop at mile 2, get down from the bus, and I'll start pricing, because my biggest problem at that time was a car. It was something I wasn't even thinking about, but now I saw that with my mind, I can achieve it. I would go into the car shop, and I would go and start pricing cars. I was thin, lean like bonga fish. When you see me, you know this guy cannot afford the tire. But the confidence with which I will enter, you cannot chase me out. So I'll say, let me see, open the bonnet. They'll open the bonnet. I'll say, start the car. The way this sound is. I will enter inside it. I couldn't even drive. It's them I used to tell to help me start the car. So they start the car. I say, this is your upholstery, this is your... And then I will go outside, I will kick the tire of the car. Anybody that kicks the tire cannot afford the car. So that's established. Those who sell cars know that. If somebody comes to your shop and kicks the car, I was a perpetual tire kicker. And then after everything, I'll say, okay, I'll come back. And I was doing that from one car shop to the other car shop to the other car shop. Because of the confidence, I know that in their mind, they want to knock my head. But they can't because they don't know whose son or whatever. I did it to the point where all the car shops knew me. So I would go and drop at the last bus stop and then trek back, pricing cars. By God's grace today, if I want to buy a car, at least one car, or maybe even 2 every month, I can afford it. I entered into it based on me putting my mind in that. I so embodied the abundance mindset that it became impossible for me not to live in abundance. And there are 3 gates to the human soul through which you can capture things. Number 1 is your eye gates, what you're looking at. Number 2, your ear gates. And then number 3 is your mouth gates. That one shows what is inside your heart. What are you seeing every day? Because that's what will determine your future. And when I say what are you seeing, you can be living in a face me, I slap you. Everybody can see you there, but you are not seeing yourself there. You can be jumping one bus or the other, but you are in a Rolls Royce. That's what you can see. Whatever you can see, you will become. And then what are you listening to? The fear of the timer is the beginning of wisdom. What are you listening to? Are you around the people that are always complaining about Tinubu, shouting T-Pain everywhere? Are you always around the people that are always saying that things are hard? If you keep hearing that things are hard, the only thing that you can produce is hardship. So many times, in fact, I had to stop this because I realized I was rude. I would be around somebody and the person, have you even noticed that those that have been complaining 10 years ago that were complaining that things were hard, they are still complaining? Things have not been easier for them, yet inflation is increasing. But because in their mind, things were hard that time. Now they will tell you that things were easier that time. But at that time, when they were living in that time, they were saying things were hard. And so things will continue to be hard. And by the way, thank you so much for that analogy of the punches that those people were got. You will get punched. So why not kuku win the battle? You can see your adverts, the more money you make. The more people you are able to reach, the more money you will make. So increasing your customers, leverage social media. Leverage social media. Leverage ads. Run social media ads. I know that there's TV. And in fact, thank God, I'm not going to offend TMO if I say this, because she herself said social media brought more customers than TV. I know that there is TV, but guess what? You will make if the amount that you would have used to do a TV advert, put it into social media ads and see how your life will change. See how everything would just change. and everybody has access to it. In the past, we had to go to AIT to go and book slots and then pay some hundreds of thousands for 30 seconds. Now you sit down with your phone and then you set up an ad that can reach 1 million people. Reach that is beyond what even you could have thought possible. In the Biblical Billionaire Club, which is a club that I run, we have members, not just Nigerians now. We have members in Canada, in the USA, in Britain, South Africa, Cameroon, Ghana. We just completed our conference last month, and we had people from all these countries coming to Moe Redemption Camp for an event. And I did not know them from anywhere. How did they get to know me? Social media. In fact, I was telling some of my team members on our way, I said I never dreamt it possible. That I never thought that this was going to happen. But they are all on YouTube. They are all on Instagram. They are on Facebook. Reach out to them there. And then number 2, increase the worth of each customer. And that was what TMO was talking about. Each customer that is doing makeup will probably pay, I don't know how much. That thing, hey, my wife told me one day that she wanted to do makeup. I can't remember the amount. I think it was 30K or so. I said, I don't understand. Are you going to, will you be able to use it again next week? No. I said, I don't understand. So, I don't know how much it is. That was even some years ago. I don't know how much it is now, but maybe at the maximum 50K or so. That's one customer. Sorry? If I say so. So let's say 50K. Now, that's one customer. If she gets one customer doing makeup, she'll make 50K. But now she's in real estate. With one customer, we heard her talk about 35 million naira. Increase the worth of each customer, and that will help you to scale your business. Now, you can leverage technology to do these things. There are 4 things that you can leverage to grow any business. 4 things. Number 1, capital. If you have money and you can raise capital using artificial intelligence, these things would analyze your data for you, write your pitch deck for you, even help you to reach, you can even get email addresses online. AI would help you bring people's email addresses and give it to you so that you can send them emails for you to raise capital. You get investors with that. Let me give you one. igleads.io. igleads.io. Go on igleads, sign up, and understand the app by yourself, the software by yourself. So number 1 is capital. Number 2, content. And content is not just the content that you see on social, the video and all that. Thank God that you mentioned video, audio, podcast, text, showing up regularly with content. Some of you get some people's phone numbers or email addresses. Maybe you do a particular ad and you are not sending them messages regularly. You have a particular customer, a group of customers that you already got. You've bought something. If somebody buys something from you once, guess what? As long as they had a good experience, they can buy from you 100 other times. But then the person that bought from you 2 years ago, you have not reached out to the person after that time. And so the person will go to someone else. We're talking about increasing customer base. You are even reducing your own customer base. So, capital, content, code, software. They are your accounting can be done by artificial intelligence. Your structuring, how customer service can be done by artificial intelligence. If you understand softwares, you can do a whole lot of things without even having to, you don't have to do it manually. How many of you know the app called Telegram? Many of us have it on our phones. There are only 30 staff in Telegram. 30 staff. Why? Leveraging code, software. They have been able to expand now to billions of users. And then lastly, connections. The people that you know and the people that know you. Those that know you are more important than those that you know. It's not enough to just make sure that they know you. You have heard them say, when you enter, let them see you as you are entering. I've told you now even that you can get certain email addresses, but it's not advisable to just go and get email, because if I just get an email from somebody, I may not pay attention to it. But it's important that you let the person get to know you. It's important that you are in rooms that matter, with people that matter, because those things change people's lives. We've heard a lot about honor, and I don't want to flog that. Many people you don't even have a list of people that you need to connect with, maybe in the next year. There's something I've taught my people called the Dream 100. Dream 100. 100 names of people that you must connect with. So you section them into, I think, 8 groups or so. Mentors, vendors, people that you will collaborate with, and what have you. I don't have everything offhand. If you do these things, especially with the right mindset, it will be impossible for you not to grow your business and take it to the highest level. Thank you.